with our school was down here, right? And then from there, I want you to actually draw this in on your paper. We're going to go 7 miles north, so we're going to go up 7. And then it's 4 miles east. Which direction would that be? Towards the park, so left or right. So go 4 miles that way. And then put a dot there because that represents your park. Then from the park, the library is 3 miles north. So from here, where do I go? Up 3?
Yes.
Okay.
From the park.
Yep, from the park.
Up 3.
And then 10 miles east, so 10 units right. And then put a dot.
Set up an equation. So we have to solve. So what do I know? Or first of all, what do I label? I would always start with that. What are the 3 parts after diagram?
The zoo is 8 miles south. And
A, B, and C.
Okay, so the zoo is 8 miles south. So from the library, where do I go? Down 8 miles, so 8 units.
What do we want to top?
And then it is 5 units east, right? So then I go 5 to the right.
Oh, yeah.
And that should be the zoo. So you should have this drawn in on your paper. Guys, you need the marks that I have on mine.
Oh.
So if you don't have it, I asked you to draw them in. You need those lines.
I'm
I'm the line.
I might have messed up. Okay, now, what's my length of
I'm
A?
not gonna continue that. I'm like 1 more.
That's where you're supposed to be.
So it's not gonna be like right on the.
5. Oh, that's good. I count my
Okay.
box. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so now, Sarah is in a Math-a-Town Walkathon fundraiser. The Walkathon fundraiser starts at the school, goes to the park, then to the library, and to the zoo, and back to the school. She raises $250 for each mile that she walks in the walkathon. How much money does she raise in the entire walkathon? Okay, so from the school to the park, we already have that like drawn, right? But is she gonna like go up and then over? No, she's gonna do a straight shot. So let's draw in her straight shot. Now, how are we going to figure out what that distance is?
You take 7 and 4. A 7 squared. Alright, hold on.
Oh, you just find the hypotenuse.
Yeah, 7 squared plus 4 squared equals 6.
Okay, so in number 1, you're going to write up that equation because this is a right triangle. I can use 7 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. Solve that, and then raise your hand when you get an answer.
So check with somebody that's standing.
I got 8.
Raise your hand, Coulter. Shelby. 8 what? Okay, it says round to the nearest 10.
Just 8.
Nope. You need to round correctly. 8.1. Because I think the 6 tells the 0 to go up. Yes, it would. Okay, so then you're going to write that in that blank over there. Now the second one is from the park to the library. So again, she's not going to go up 3 and over 10. She's going to do a straight shot.
So it's 3, 2, 10.
So 3, this is my right angle. So 3 squared plus what?
Hold on.
10 squared.
10 squared equals c squared. That's in number 2. Right here.
Alright, what do we get? 8.6. 8 and 6, 10. Good. Okay, Harvey. Okay, next one.
DJ, what'd you got?
Example 2.
10.44, but it would be 10.4.
Find the curve triangle again. You're plotting
Yep.
E and F. Make sure you label those points. So go 1, 4.
Okay, then from the library, for number 3, they're going to go to the zoo.
But it's E by it.
8 and 8, 5.
Yep, and we're still missing our what? C, so it'd be 8 squared plus 5 squared equals equals c squared. So Carter, you need to have like the word. Like,
Over there.
oh, forget where it's supposed to go.
When you're done, you can check the time. Make sure again, you label B F, that's gonna be very important.
Dude, what'd you got? 9.4. Do you agree? Okay. 9.4. And now we're gonna go from the zoo to the school. So I'm going right here.
Would you use 8.1 and do it 4 and 7?
No. Okay, from the zoo, how could I make a right triangle so that this is the hypotenuse?
Oh, that right.
Okay,
From
you
the
have the
zoo,
time.
what could I do to make a right triangle if this is my
Okay,
hypotenuse?
this next part, it says the distance.
So you got
of segment
8.1
B.
line.
Nope, so what you're going to do is you're gonna connect B and E with.
How can I
a
make
right
it
triangle.
level with my school?
So, line.
How do you make it even with the school? How many would you have to go down?
So,
You have to go
looking
down
at this.
3.
No, 2.
Okay, if I go down
where do you
2,
want A, B, and C to go.
how many do I have
Jordan,
to
where do you want A to go?
go over?
Jordan, where do you want A to go?
You'd have to go over like 8.
On the bottom?
19.
19, how'd you get that?
Yep.
19.
You just have to count
You just count the little
6
squares, right? Okay, so this would be my right angle right here. So again, I'm missing the
Your sheet.
c, so it'd be 2 squared
This is our
plus
hypotenuse.
19 squared
So A and B
equals
have to touch this right
c
angle.
squared.
So this leaves us with C. Okay?
Carter.
What do I got? Addie, what's length of A? 2. They have 2
That's
options.
zoo. Jacob, what'd you get?
What's my length of B?
19.1. Okay,
Wait,
So-
how did
2 squared plus 19 squared.
Addition.
1.
I got it.
Oh,
Okay, so then finding the total distance is the sum of all the distances. So how are we gonna, what was the first distance that we
Well,
had,
I know A, B, saw 70. Oh, wait.
that we found?
8.1.
So we would take 8.1 because she walked that, plus, what did she walk for the next one? Plus, what was the next one? Plus, what was the last one? That's going to give us our total distance, which is
A number.
It is 47.
okay. So we walked 47 miles. Now, how are we going to figure out how much money she raised?
You would take 47 times 2.
Because how much does she earn per mile?
250. So she make 11,750.
And that will be your last blank as well. Questions on these?
What's the number? That's it.
hold on.
Yes. 11,000.
11,000 dollars.